So, if you come across this video, then there's something in here for you because there's no hashtags. I'm not adding anything to this video. I'm literally just hopping on and just sharing a prompt that I went through. So, every day, like I'll receive the idea of a prompt to navigate. And the one that came up today was, do you believe you're worthy of the life that you want to live? And I have a book here. So I'm just going to look down from time to time and keep myself like in flow with why I felt called to just do this video. And part of me thought about like just deleting everything off of my YouTube. But as we dive into this, I'm just going to keep it up and you'll see why. So, do you believe you're worthy of the life that you want to live? For me, honestly, truthfully, I wanted to. I wanted to believe that I was. And I wanted to believe it so bad that I wanted to show others that I was deserving of the life that I want to live. And coming from a background in fighting, it was just trying to figure out like what more do I need to do to be able to um, show that I was deserving of it. Essentially, I was just asking for permission to be able to believe that I was worthy of what I wanted. I was asking for permission to be able to just live the life that I wanted because I believed it. I believed it to be a real thing, but I didn't believe it to be true for me. And that's something that like you hear from time to time, right? Like I've heard other people share that understanding, but I got to see more and more. Although there were times that I felt it, uh, it wasn't to the degree of like it being like a absolute known truth. It was something I knew that was always possible to experience. But I always felt that there was always like something in the way, and I couldn't figure out what that was, which was also very frustrating because I was willing to do any and everything to um, experience the life that I want to live. And I was let go of habits that like don't serve me, and try to navigate uncomfortable things so I could learn more about myself. But I saw essentially that I was just, again, just circling back to that part of just asking for permission, asking for permission, seeing if I was like doing things like the right way. And the interesting thing about it is with this being what I do for work, it's very easy. And I heard this from other coaches as well. It's very easy to like see and help people navigate and gain clarity. And then there were times where it would be hard for me to do that for myself. And there's a part of me that would like come up as like, well, is that like imposter syndrome? And it's just, no, it's just being human and just realizing that like what got me to be able to do this, what got me to be able to break patterns is I broke my own patterns. And that's going to be an ongoing thing. I know that. And it's something I reassure other people for. And there's times I forget that about myself, that we're on a releasing journey. And, because we're not wounded, we're not broken. So I don't see it as a healing journey. A healing journey refers to like, if you ever get a cut, that's something that you heal. And like if you leave the cut alone, over time, the cut will heal and you'll be okay. But in seeing the internal world as a healing journey, and you experience pain, you navigate it, you allow yourself to heal through it, then when you experience pain again, it kind of feels like that wound never healed. And you start to feel like you're forever wounded. Where the truth is, you're just coming across pain that you've been holding on to and you release it. And then you come across another part of you that's holding on to pain and you release it. So it's more of a releasing journey that allows you to remain and feel more whole. And it gets you to see the certain aspects of pain that we hold on to doesn't make sense to hold on to anymore. Like this idea of needing permission, well, myself for needing permission to be worthy of the life that I want to experience. And, I wanted to be seen. I wanted to be seen. I wanted to be heard. I wanted to be felt. But it's just in the search for those things is what actually got me to experience the lack of it. Because in me trying to be seen, that means I'm focusing on all the ways that I'm not. And it's why I'm approaching these videos completely different. Because before, like, I would drive myself crazy trying to figure out like what are the right hashtags, what are like catchy words, or what's a way for me to start this video, or like what can I do to get for people to see that I'm worthy of the attention that I'm asking for, that like I'm worthy of you to invest in me, you to invest in my dreams. Whereas now, after having these realizations that we're going through now, I don't need that validation anymore. So I'm okay with knowing as I put something out, it's going to come across the right people, and I'll connect with those people because I've shown myself time and time again when I let go of any firm grips I have on anything, they always appear or they always just happen to stay. It's only when I try not to let them get away that they fly away. It's kind of like I like to use the visual of like balloons. It's like you hold on to these balloons. It could be a sense of safety, security, and the fear is if you let these balloons go, they're just gonna fly away, never to be seen or heard from again. But if you just trust that you're so worthy of that sense of safety and security, and once you let those balloons go, they're gonna stay with you. And whatever parts of you has a sense of doubt to that, through this, I got to see those are the parts that feel the most disconnected from you because you could only be convinced of unworthiness and just all the things that you or anything less than what you know yourself to be. You can only be convinced of that if you haven't made the time to really connect with yourself and truly know yourself. And like there's so many ways like I heard that like know yourself, and I do know that too. But this um, gave me added purpose behind spending the time to connect with myself, behind the purpose behind like meditation and journaling, writing down thoughts and everything, all the stuff that I already know to do and like help people do. It's a whole different meaning behind it now because I see it more as like tending to my connection with me. And oftentimes like in staying up with routines, you have to remember your why. I do. I have to remember my why in order to sustain it. I've gone on the path of discipline, and pretty much discipline is you just know your why like the back of your head, and you don't forget it. And I'm glad that this question came up, and I'm glad that because I was putting up some videos, and like I noticed like the views drop, and it's not like I'm thirsty for it, but for the level of success that I want for myself, right? To be able to share my gift with people to the degree that I want to. There's times I do look at that and I do care about it because I see it as a reflection as to what can I do better to be able to reach out to more people to help as many people as I can. So when I see like the dips, again, that's why I started looking at like, okay, like maybe if I start with a hook, maybe I do this, maybe I do that. But in order to experience different, we must do different. That's something I remind myself of all the time. And then the last part of that is in order to experience different, we must do different. In order to do different, we must be different. So the way I'm choosing to be, well, yeah, the way I'm choosing to be is just the magnet I know myself to be. To be able to just like put my message out and know that my messages will go out to everybody that's meant to, everybody that's ready for it. And um, what I'm choosing to do different is stop trying to be seen. And I'm just going to see me. Stop trying to be heard, felt, all those things. And, a previous relationship that I had last year kind of poked at that. And, you know, um, got me to see all the ways that certain people around me were kind of highlighting the discomfort I had within me, like the doubt that I had within me. Because I am a confident person, but just as with everybody in the world, there's moments of not feeling that at all and trying to figure out, like, what am I doing wrong? But then again, I know right and wrong is all preference. So compared to who? Wrong compared to who? Because I'm living life the way I believe a life should be lived. And I know I have something to offer. So as long as I allow myself to be seen by me, I'm not going to care to be seen by anybody else. And that's a whole nother level of confidence. And I tapped into that for fighting. But for fighting, I was trying to ignore so many other things that I think I kind of overlooked that part. So yeah, I kind of felt called to like come to YouTube, do a video about this, because this is part of my daily ritual. And I feel like it'll be good to kind of keep this going, where I just kind of talk about like a prompt that I write. So I come up with some pretty good prompts. Well, I received some pretty good prompts. That's like another part of me that I'm not looking to really shy away about anymore. Is the ways that I connect to the divine. I don't know why, because I mean I do have an idea from like growing up in New York, Jersey, tri-state area, and from doing fighting before. It was the kind of stuff you would get made fun of for. I would get quiet, but I know the things like I hear and you know the good ideas that I receive, I know are not mine. I know it's like the collective. So it's cool to just acknowledge that, and I see the divine essentially as the collective source, all that. I don't go too woo woo, but I like to be a balance of in between. And my approach is to keep my intentions is to keep this authentic, organic approach. Right now, as I look at the video, like 13 minutes and change, no viewers, no likes, just genuine approach of just me talking to the camera, talking to whoever's watching, whoever you are, and just keeping the same approach as I move forward with each and every video. Um, so, another part that I wanted to touch on was seeing all the ways that I manipulated myself to believing that I wasn't worthy, which when I wrote that, I was like, that's a whole mind fuck within itself. That I manipulated myself to believing that I wasn't worthy. Well, shit. How worthy do you have to be that you manipulate yourself? If you reflect on that, anytime you don't believe that you're worthy of something, you have to be so creative to get yourself to believe that. And when I wrote that and I reflected on all the ways that I bought into that, That took a lot of effort to find the like supporting evidence of that. To ignore all, again, like going down the aspect of wanting to be seen, to ignore all the ways that I'm seen by people and I like connect with people, to see how a post is doing or whatever, because it's tied to a business, and seeing that as like, oh well, um, my message isn't getting out there. My message is in my essence, is in my presence. And it's good to remember that. So it's good to be in the space of not needing anything from anybody, not needing to be seen, not needing to be heard, not needing to be felt, because I'm just going to come back to me and just get that from me. My cup is full with that. I could care less about what happens moving forward, because I'm going to make sure that I connect with the most important person in my life, and that's me. Once I'm connected with me, I'm going to deeply connect with everybody around me and have them experience all the love that I have to give. Is that something I realized also in helping other people in sessions and helping myself? Is we want to share so much love that we have within us, but there's experiences that we come across that get us to kind of like close our hearts off, and then we like question our ability to just share that, to share who we truly are, to share how we truly want to love. Like a dog, the reason why like people love dogs is like they don't give a fuck what you do. They're gonna love you. You can yell at them for peeing in the house and point them away. They'll see you a couple seconds later. They're gonna look at you like none of that happened, because it matters more to them to feel that good feeling of just loving you because they genuinely want to. And honestly, some people will say, yeah, they're pack animals and like they're trying to, they just want something out of you. If you really look at a dog or whatever animal you like, right? If you truly connect with them, you can feel they fucking love you. But an example beyond that, in any relationship, you're using that person as your excuse to be able to love as much as you truly want to love. And every single person on this planet, I don't care what you believe in, when you first get into a relationship, you feel so good. You are so excited. You are loving life, mainly because you're able to love to the degree that you want to. So, a fun question: what's stopping you from doing that? And why are you manipulating yourself to believe that to be true? So, I feel like this was a good start. It was a solid 19 minutes, almost 20. I mainly do Instagram reels, and I never really thought to get on YouTube. I tried it. I'm going to keep all my videos. I thought about wiping it out so I could just start from scratch of just this not caring attitude. But I want to not hide my journey, not hide my like mistakes. I want to see my path, um, and see everything that I've created, see how I kept trying and trying and trying to find ways to let out what's within me and allow myself to be seen and allow myself to be felt and heard, but by me. So first, hey, who knows? It was probably in phases, right? Because before, like I wouldn't express too much. So now I'm in the space where I'm ready to do that. And again, I want to be able to see my own progression, my own evolution. So that's why I chose to keep all my other videos. So yeah, like I said, this came across to you, then you're on the same vibe, you're on the same frequency of being able to receive a message of allowing all of you to flow through you, what I refer to as your authentic frequency, and just dissolving anything that's in the way of that, because that's where your limitlessness is is in your true authentic frequency. So I'm going to close it off there. If you came across this, you listen to the whole thing, just know I love you. I appreciate you. I'm wishing you an amazing day, nothing but great things, and a true deep connection with yourself. And we'll do another one tomorrow. I'll catch you later.